what I've got for you today is some hacks for the classic Eagles song, Hotel California. Let's get straight into it. Some people play it in an A minor. They start with an A minor. Something like that. Well, it's actually in a B minor, and I'm pretty sure it's capoed on the 7th fret. Now, I don't use a capo because I do the solo stuff too, and you've got to get, lower than the 7th fret. So I found an arrangement that does the classic intro without using a capo. I'm not going to explain how to do it because I'm going to have to say chord this and cluster that and slide here and move there and things like that, and it'll just take forever, and it's not a practical lesson actually, but I found an arrangement which works, and so I'm sure that you can too. But what I will do is play through what I do as the classic intro so you can see how it can be done without a capo. And I haven't warmed up, so let's see how it goes. That was a terrible chord jump, but anyway, there you go. You can see it can actually be done without a capo, and it sounds pretty good. I'm swapping guitars right now, so un momento, por favor. Can it be done on acoustic? And forgive my pedanticness, but I have a really difficulty not playing without that. So, can it be done on acoustic? Because this is for you to get some skills in playing it solo, with 2 guitars, with a full band, whatever. So, you might have an acoustic guitar. Mirrors on the ceiling, she's got pink champagne on ice, and she said, we're all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers they are gathered for the feast. Stab it with their stealing knives, but they just can't kill the beast. But like I said, it's down here, B minor. On a dark desert highway, sorry, my levels were telling me that was too loud. I hope it wasn't distorted. Let's go to some other stuff. You can play, and this is what the actual band does. One of the backing guitars copies the bass. So if you're a bass player, I want to learn the bass line. This is actually the bass line done on guitar, which does appear on the recorded version. And what you do is power chords, B minor, which obviously I'm calling the whole chord, not the power chord, because they're fifths and they're neither major nor minor. But you do B minor, F sharp minor, A, E, G, D, and take it up 2, and another 2, which is in fact E minor and F sharp minor. And you do a thing like this. So if you're doubling on guitar, you're trying to have an arrangement for 2 guitars, one of you guys can do this. Or if bass playing, your bass player, this is pretty much the bass line. So you can follow that through the song, or just at the start if that's all you want to do. That's the verses. Now the choruses go to your G, D. I won't go right through it. E minor, F sharp minor. No, that's C. And that's why. G, D, F sharp minor, B. There's a B. There's a walk over that B minor. G, D, E minor, F sharp minor. I just wanted to actually get into the playing and not drag the song with the chords. I should have. So G. And then there's the bass walk. Now, if you're on an acoustic, you might actually just drop to the low G. What I actually do is play the walk with octaves, only on guitar, not bass. So putting it all together, you'd get something like. And then back into the other version. And on you go. So there's some ideas. Now, if you want a simple guitar line, there's a counter melody running behind the vocals or countering the chord movement, whichever way you want to look at it. And the simple version goes like this. Go your G string 7th fret, and we'll go 7, 6, 6, 4, 4, 2, then move up to the 2nd fret on your D string, and then slide up 2 frets, which is a B note. Putting it together, you would get. Okay, the real version's a little bit more complicated than that. It does bendy type things. But we're not looking at that at the moment. We're just keeping it simple. What you can do, though, is add a little bit of vibrato. There you go, a nice little counter melody behind the verses. Obviously my timing's not perfect, I'm just, this is for demonstration purposes only. So you can do that on electric or acoustic. It probably doesn't work on the bass. Now, let's say you get to the end of the song and usually, there's some sort of solo. If you can do something, that's all well and good. But here's a great outro. And this is brilliant on acoustic. One of the reasons is the actual outro solo is something like. And straight away you can see I'm having a hassle with that slide, even with the cutaway. And if you don't have the cutaway, that slide's going to be really difficult. So this is what you do. You take your triads of the chords, B minor, F sharp major, A, E, G, D, E minor, well, whatever, every time, E minor, F sharp minor, and play them in triplets, and, you play them in triplets, and then whatever your second pair of chords is, put your pinky down and do a bendy uppy type thing. Putting it together, you would get something like. If you wanted to go through again, you would. What I usually do, I don't even really remember, but to end it, I would do the E minor, and then add the tail of the intro. Putting it together. Which was as sloppy as hell because I wasn't concentrating, but practice it, you get it perfect. What I'm going to do is switch to the bass now. Nothing else to show you on that? No, so I'm going to switch to the bass. One moment. Okay, so I do actually play a 5-string. You'll notice this is a 5-string. If you're a 4-player, well, that was interesting. If you're a 4-player, just do exactly what I did on the acoustic guitar. on the 5 string, and I'm just playing this so you get the bass sound, so you can hear that the power chord thing with the movement is pretty much what the bass line is, and I just happen to be playing it on a 5. Once again, free time just to keep this lesson moving. Chorus, same thing, exactly what I showed you on acoustic. Do your G, D, F sharp minor, and the bass walk. So you wouldn't do octaves. I mean, it sounds pretty fat and awesome, but just do your walk. Putting it together, something like. And about the only other thing on the bass is during the solo, you know, it drops into a straight 8 groove type thing. I wonder if I'm going too long, but anyway, that's what it's like. It's hard to hear without the other instruments there. One of those versions. Anyway, alright, so there's a whole bunch of hacks. I'm sure you'll work it out, make some sense of all that madness, and come up with some really cool orchestrations, interpretations, pick your word, of Hotel California.